What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on iRacing for Ringmeister. My first Ringmeister of the season, even though we are all the way in week 12. So wrapping up the season as far as the Ringmeister series goes with our first start. We were in the Mini Stock this week, which is the reason I thought I'd give this a whirl. I've gotten on pretty well here over the year and a half, 2 years, however long they've had Ringmeister. In the Street Stock, I've done it 3 or 4 times and had good results, had fun. Mini stock is like, as far as I am concerned, like 75 or 80% the same as far as driving style and how you approach it and how it feels. So we'll see how it goes. Not exactly confident, let's say, in running well or having a shot to win for sure. The 1 car and the 8 car are very, very fast. We will not be up with them for sure. So I'd just like to get in a nice rhythm, get some space, and hopefully we can get out here to the top 5. Like I said, starting on the front row would be hopefully a good spot. I have this beautiful JKR YouTube channel CF Mobile thing that Ethan painted for me quite a long time ago, so thank you so much, Ethan, for putting this together. I don't get to use it too terribly much, but we're going to get to use it here today, so hopefully it's fun. As usual with Ringmeister, 3 laps as you see me run off track here, following this guy, locking up big time and hit the fence, so that's a 1x in warm-up. But anyways, we'll see how this goes. I feel pretty good about it. My Q lap was my best lap. I've run like a ton of laps of practice for this. But my Q lap was 8:05.4, I believe, which is the best lap I've run all week. I've run a couple of 8:06s, and we'll see how it goes. So hopefully it's fun. Oh, Dale Maxwell's in here. We know him also.
I like driving the Mazda.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's going to be very, very slippery the first several corners. It's very, very slippery on cold tires. So the first, I don't know, sector, 10, 15 corners are going to be extremely slippery, which is why I want to be up towards the front. Thankfully, we've got that. Again, not going to fight too terribly hard, especially on this first lap. Get singled out, get where we need to be. If we can be 3rd, 4th, 5th, that's good with me. I expect some people to die, whether it's in front, behind, not sure. Goal number 1, top 5 finish. Goal number 2, beat Mitch. And we'll see how we can do. So hopefully we can check all those things off. Hopefully we can get top 5 out of this. If we do that, I'll be thrilled. Not going to disassociate myself here. We're not going to win this race unless there's some absolute chaos for some reason. But we'll take it how it comes. Looks like the front 6 cars qualified. So hopefully we can have a nice race, get away, get some free space, and see how this goes. So appreciate y'all so much. Hope y'all have a great day. If you haven't watched the video from yesterday yet, make sure you go check that out about investments, playing the long game, dream cars. That was an awesome video. I loved making that. Hopefully you enjoy it too. So make sure you check out yesterday's video after you're done with this one. But make sure you drop that like, sub down below. Don't want you to miss anything from me for iRacing, Camaro content, track day stuff, other games I play, anything else. So let's get on the grid. Short warm-up lap here, I guess half, straight away of a pace lap, and then we'll get rocking for 3 laps around Nürburgring. So probably about a 25-ish minute race, and hopefully it goes well. Let's do it. All right, we're ready. So yeah, I think that the 1 car and the 8 car are both faster than I am, but hopefully we can hang around, get through this, and hopefully have a good time. So
This will be fun starting from the very back.
let's get to it. All right, I'm not at all scared. See if we want to go single file or not. Not sure what the move is. Looks like we are going single file, so that's good. Fine with me.
I can't wait to lose all my life too.
Like I said, feel pretty confident that we
I
can
hope you guys are ready to lose.
hang out here and hopefully get top 5 out of this if I don't beat myself and make a mistake and nothing weird happens. Not faster than the 8 car for sure. He ran like an 8-minute flat. Fast lap I've seen this week so far is like 7:56, but I bet you the really fast guys get down towards 7:55, maybe even 7:54. But regardless, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully we live. And we'll see what we can get out of this. So without further ado, appreciate y'all so much. Let's get it. Oh, geez, we got people without practice. Oh, Rosales has dropped out. It's already chaotic. Let's get to it.
Got a member of the Zero Practice Club.
All right.
Rev if you didn't practice.
Again, don't want to go crazy here. We're not going to be beating the 8 car or
Practice,
probably the 1 car.
Matter.
What cars are these supposed to be anyway?
So yep, Android leader's already pretty gone. Again, I don't really want to hold up the one car here, but also don't want to make a mistake or kill myself here.
450 change in the price, so take your time.
Go ahead, Helder here. Get him by. All right, now we can chill. Now we can cruise. Not cruise, but just do our thing. Of course, locking up a wheel, making a mistake like that is going to be absolute disaster class here. We just want to stay in this draft. Hopefully put some gap on the 14 car of Zach behind us. Get out of his draft range, and then we'll see if we can battle on the last lap with Helder maybe. Again, I think he's faster than I am, but for now I'm just content to make it, obviously, so. Put some gap on these guys. Jeremy, the 6 car behind, he was the one that was in front of me there in practice. I followed off, so he's very fast, but we'll see if he can make it through this puppy without making a mistake or flying off track. If he can, all the power to him. Again, not going to fight, especially up here in the top 5s. See how we do. We're about a quarter way through this first lap, which is great. Again, don't want to get too much here. Right here, this is the corner we got wrong in the warm-up. So nice and smooth, nice and patient.
You might as well pass me. I'm already
Roll
fucked
through
up
there.
because, you were crashed before.
We lose some time, that's okay. Jeremy is absolutely flying in the 6 car. Let's bring in Anthony with him in the 4 car. Again, there are probably going to be a good handful of people behind or starting behind that are just as fast or maybe faster than I am, but that's okay. That's why we're going to try to build some gap here at the start, and why you want to start up towards the front. Just got to not make any mistakes, not beat myself. That's job and goal number 1, and then make them come past us. So that's going to be part of it. Obviously, traffic will play a factor. Not making mistakes, burning up tires, all the usual things. Overdrove there just a little bit, but we're still okay. Hopefully we can still be in draft range of Helder here when we get to the big hills. Lost some time there, not my best section of corners for sure, but hopefully we can still get a little bit of a sniff up the hill here. Again, who knows, maybe Helder can go run down the 8 car and make that interesting up at the front. See what the field spread is like behind, if my keyboard will work there. So starting to get a little bit spread, still pretty tight together, but come on. There we go. So we'll leave it in 4th here, I would think. That's probably going to be the way to go. Shouldn't blow up in 3 laps, I wouldn't think. It's definitely faster to do this, so. See if the front 2 get to battling. Might make it interesting for us, but we're, again, just concerned about survival here, especially at this point, lap 1. We can worry about fighting and trying to make lap time potentially on lap number 3. Feel like we have decent pace. Again, not with the front 2, and maybe not with Jeremy in the 6 car, but nobody else seems to be making huge inroads towards us from behind, so slight lock up there, but we're good. We made it. Got it stopped, turned in. 12 car looks to have decent pace, actually, so we'll see. Pretty deep in the carousel there, pretty aggressive, but we did make it, so that's good, thankfully. Again, people can be as aggressive and fast as they want. Looks like the 4 car might have made a slight mistake there in the carousel. Be as fast as you want. Go ahead, go nuts. I am here to survive, get to the end of this thing. Again, top 5 is the goal. And even if we don't get it, dying would be a disaster, so we don't want to do that, obviously.
Thank you.
Playing a little bit conservative. Not exactly going slow or anything. We're still trying to make time, but not put ourselves at any risk of a big mistake here on this first lap. Jeremy has made the pass for 4th place, so he'll be up here, I assume, in no time. We'll probably just let him go. No sense in fighting for sure, especially if it's a place we can just let him go nice and smoothly and not lose time. That's going to be the key.
Thanks, man.
Thankfully, we are the 2 cars, so it's not like we are right at the top of the iRacing pool. Again, 28 cars, not quite a full field. Full field of these is 30, so I am having to work pretty hard here because, again, this car does like to slide quite a bit, and it can jump out from under you pretty easily. So I am having to focus a little bit more than I might in some other stuff. What else have we got coming up this week? Obviously, K5, the last K5 race will come up in a couple days. Street Stock at USA, hopefully. Clio at Sebring for week 12 of PCC. And what am I missing? Ford GT2 50-minute enduro race at Road America. That's also coming up. So hopefully it's all videos you see in the next several days. Hopefully you enjoy them, and then we'll be on the week 13 stuff and on to season number 2. Can't believe it already. All right, Jeremy's starting to catch us for sure. We've made decent gap on Zach in the 12 car behind through this first lap. And then Anthony in the 4 car and so on. Haven't really made any serious inroads beyond that, so feel pretty good about where we're at, about our pace, about how we're driving. I've managed this first lap, front 2 right together now, Andrew and Helder. I had a feeling that Helder messed up his Q lap perhaps, because the Q lap he did run in the session I ran my Q lap, he actually 1x'd his Q lap, but he obviously had an 807 from a previous Q lap.
What the fuck, dude?
But obviously has more pace than that and is using it right now.
No
There's going to
fucking
be a good
patience.
battle between the 1 and the 8 at the front, so they can go battle all they want. Thankfully, Helder is not going to be able to get ahead by the end of this first lap, which means that they're going to probably fight this out for quite a while yet, so we'll see what they end up doing. They're pretty close together though, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, coming to the end of lap 1, I expect Jeremy to catch us here before too terribly long. Thankfully, we have good gap pretty much on everybody else here. Be nice and conservative, nice and smooth. No reason again to throw it away or go crazy here. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. Popsicle sticks as usual.
It's a mob in disguise.
We did it. Down to 2 seconds and less to Jeremy behind, so again, not going to go crazy and fight him for no reason. A little bit wide in turn 1. Hey Jeremy, buddy, when you get here, I'll let you go. Just give me a bit to find a good spot, you know. Don't know if he has a mic, but always try to say something so they don't just dive bomb the shit out of you the second they catch you. That's always really annoying. But we're in a good spot. We got almost 10 seconds. I don't know what he said because I wasn't paying attention, but he said something. But he's not caught us yet, so no matter. Again, not going to fight really hard for 3rd, especially on lap number 2. When he's as fast as he is, as much faster than he is, as much faster than us as he is, excuse me. And then again, when we have the gap back to P5 behind and P6 and so on, no reason to fight really hard for a position like this when you're racing the race time and how long it takes to complete the race, not the cars around you, especially when, again, the goal's top 5. If we're still in the top 5, no reason to go crazy. Front 2 will close up together in battle, I think, so who knows what can happen up there, but we just got to be in position to get through this, capitalize. Looks like 16 has some good pace, actually, some very good pace. But again, 9 seconds is a lot to make up in a lap and a half, basically, especially with some other traffic in there. So again, we'll see how this all plays out, but just, again, projecting my thoughts, walking you through where my brain's at as this race goes on, because you do have to race this almost a little bit like Darlington, where you're racing the track much more than you're racing your car, especially the cars around you. So anyways, through the compression. I love the Nürburgring. I mean, some people just despise it or think it's a dumb track or don't want to learn it, whatever. It is literally one of the best tracks on iRacing. It's so rhythmic. It's so much fun when you can learn it and get a lap right. I mean, I don't know. I'll let Gavin chime in if he's finished some laps here, but learning this track and understanding the ebbs and flows and how to put a lap together is super rewarding when you're able to do it. And I just think it's a lot of fun. It's a ton of fun track. It's not a great passing track, so like there's not always a ton of like door-to-door close racing here. But in terms of, like I said, just putting laps together and feeling special about, making race laps cleanly and with pace is really special. A track that very few others rival. So love this place. Didn't run as much Ringmeister this season because there weren't a lot of I say car track combos, but it's all the same track, obviously. There weren't a lot of cars that struck my interest other than this one, but glad to be able to run this one, get it done. Still close for the lead. That's cool to see up there. We seem to have solidified kind of where we're at here. A little bit of a lock up there, but nothing crazy. Side by side up there for the lead, looks like now. Definitely slicing and dicing, battling hard. Looks like Helder's going to get that spot though, and I assume we'll probably pull away unless Andrew can pass back immediately on one of these straight bits. But who knows? Still very close. Obviously, they're still close at the front. Not sure what kind of draft he'll get up the hill here, but hopefully he'll stay patient for me. Again, if you have the Nürburgring and you're interested in this type of thing, give this a run. It's a ton of fun. It's very rewarding, not quite the craziest car combo it could be, but very rewarding, very fun to slide around. It's a pretty good car track combo, I think, so give this a whirl. Just let him go. Back in line. Try to follow him here, not lose too much time to the car behind, which we didn't. Still over 3.5 seconds, so still good. Hopefully he doesn't make a mistake in front of us that wrecks. That would be really, really dumb and silly to get involved in a crash like that. Andrew's gotten the lead back somehow. I missed that while I was letting Jeremy go, but Helder made a mistake or something and is now, again, 1.7, 1.8 seconds behind. This guy needs to stop complaining if he's doing this with no practice. Again, we're going to beat JJ, knock on wood, hopefully. We're going to beat Dale. We're going to beat Mitch.
Yeah, that's hot, dog.
Definitely a successful result if we can finish it off here. So we're doing okay. A little bit wide there, a little bit too deep. The weight transfer, get momentum shifted. We did that pretty decently. Not concerned, not bothered. If Jeremy's able to drive away from us and leave us behind, so be it. Otherwise, we'll just try to stay close, which is going to be easier said than done, of course. We got like a lap and a third to go here. But I'd really like to stay close enough to get a draft down this long straight and solidify being able to stay ahead of the not dying Justin. Stay ahead of the 12th car if we can get a draft down the long straight, but obviously, it seems like our pace is decent. I'm making some minor mistakes here, just trying to push too hard, which you don't want to do. Again, Darlington mentality. Need to get my shit together. Gotta be alive to be in the draft, Justin. You gotta remember that one. This section's always pretty tricky here through the Beloff S down the hill here, and then through the S curves named after Stefan Beloff. There we go. That was decent enough through there. Grab 5th just to help with some engine braking up here. We are once again here a little bit too far back from Jeremy ahead to get some real draft, but again, of course, we're just trying to make it through. 1x there, a little bit too wide, missed the second carousel. I seem to do that like once a race when I race here. I miss the second carousel, usually on the second lap actually, and fuck it up. I'm really mad at myself while I have a chance to talk about it while we're just kind of riding now that we've lost the gap to the car in front. I'm really mad at myself. I've had a ton of races this year in Clio, in GT2, Ford GT2, and Pro GT. I'm trying to think of what else I've raced, but like those two things mainly, but also just, you know, this obviously here again. I've had a ton of races with one or maybe two off tracks, just 1X's, silly mistakes, minor mistakes that haven't cost me results or anything most of the time, which I'm thankful for. We've run really, really well, which I'm proud of. But I have made a lot of dumb mistakes, just lapse in concentration or just overdriving, underdriving, making a small mistake, you know, miscalculating. I've made a lot of silly mistakes this season for 1Xs, which I'm not very proud of. That's usually, those of you that know me, that's not how I operate, and it's not my MO. Not the end of the world, obviously, but it's just frustrating because I do not usually make mistakes like that. But anyways, here we go. One more lap to go. We've made it through 2 laps. Not a clean lap this time, obviously, with that 1X late. Philip needs to shut the fuck up. 8:09 is not a great lap, but again, we did let Jeremy by. We're just chilling. 3.5 seconds back to
Seems
Zach.
less grip to the dog on line now.
These guys are interesting.
I
Anyways,
just want to know how you type it.
3.5 seconds is the gap behind. Hopefully we can hold him off for this 4th place. Feel decent about our pace still. Credit One Bank, sponsor me please so I can buy a real race car and drive it on the Nürburgring. That would be awesome. But anyways, I digress. So need a nice clean lap here, no mistakes, and we should be okay. Or at least, you know, make him come beat us with some phenomenal last lap type of thing. So still a close battle at the front. Andrew's still leading. Helder still in 2nd, but right back in tow. A little bit of a mistake there, going to cost us speed all the way up the hill here and up the straightaway to the Flugplatz, I believe this is. I haven't driven around Nürburgring in quite a while, so I'm not quite up on my corner names, but nonetheless, again, still 4 seconds back. The 16 definitely has some pace. Has caught us about 2 seconds that last lap, but 8 seconds back with less than a lap to go is not going to get anywhere near us unless we really make a big mistake. So yeah, I've again, knock on wood, we can finish this one off. Plenty happy with a P4. More upset about the 1X, but pretty happy with our performance. I, again, knew we weren't going to be as close as the, or as fast as the 8 or the 1, so I'm pretty pleased with this. And when I saw that Jeremy had good pace in the warm-up session, I was content that if he caught us to just let him go. I got to stop locking wheels and making mistakes, because that's going to be what costs me if something does cost me. But pretty pleased with that. So again, about 1/3 of the way done here now, so 2/3 of a lap to go. Very, very proud of this as a drive. Good to get back on the Nürburgring. I'd like to do some more Ringmeister. Hopefully the car selection is good for next season. We'll find out in about a week what the schedule looks like, and obviously we'll find out when I'm going to race most often next season. Kind of break down some of the special events and stuff that are coming up, so we'll see how that all comes together. Of course, we'll have in about a week starting, of course, PCC schedule voting for Season 3, so if you're a PCC driver, head on over to the PCC forum and give that a vote.
More like steering a boat.
Dale, we've raced with a lot in Global. He drives a lot of the Cadillac. Back when I drove more Kia. Not sure what I want to do. If we want to do some Global again next season in one of the cars, if we want to do some IMSA, this LMDH. Have to give that some more thought, both those things. So we'll see, but we got some time for that. Coming up towards the halfway mark of this final lap around Nordschleife.
Slightly less maneuverable.
Still a super close battle at the front. Not sure what the move is, if Helder's just waiting for the last straightaway to get a big draft, or if he's not actually fast enough to make a pass, or what the deal is. They're close up there though. We're still in a good spot. Some good gap. Not quite 4 seconds, but again, we don't need a huge gap. You only got to win by a 1/10, right? So, as the 2 car again gives us a little more protection for iRacing, because I think Helder is 5,800 or something. So my 39.21, I believe, is pretty safe. The goal tomorrow, which again, hopefully you'll see when you're seeing this tomorrow, but we're racing tonight. When you're seeing this, the goal is Proto GT at Road America group race. Hopefully we can get that in. Hopefully it's a lot of fun. Hopefully it goes well. So excited for that. It is a 50-minute race again, pit stop race. Daytona was not kind to me at all, so hopefully Road America, my home track, will go a little bit better. Daytona was just about the only bad week I had in that series for the most part, really, but you know, we'll play it by ear. We'll see how it ends up, but we're on the kind of curvy uphill backstretch now of Nürburgring Nordschleife. 16 and 9 starting to close us down, but again, they came from too far back and had traffic or mistakes or whatever. Won't catch us. Zach and I have been relatively even on pace most of this race, so I don't think he's
That
going to
little
catch us.
dinger actually fixed my steering.
Dale's still having issues. Still no sign of Mitch. Still no sign
How
of
can you tell
JJ.
in the car?
Unfortunately, Nate Stewart was in
driving
qualifying with me
straight.
and stuff, but did not decide to run this race. Maybe he wasn't happy with his
Yeah,
Q
something's
laps,
wrong,
so
man.
don't get to see him today. Through there nicely. There we go. 3.5 seconds is plenty. Still close. Looks like Helder has gotten by for the lead, but they're still close, so maybe Andrew can hang on to him and try to pass him again on the last straight with some draft. Who knows? I don't know how well these things draft, really. I know that on a plate style track at like Charlotte or whatever, they draft pretty well. Maybe not as well as the street stock does there, but they draft okay. So if you're close, if you're within, half second, you can definitely get a big run and make a pass. It's just about what kind of exit you can get and stuff. So down to just about 3 seconds behind. We're starting to take it a little bit easier, just not making any mistakes as I bounce off a curb there. Of course, the danger with that, sometimes the slower you go, to be careful. You get out of rhythm and then you start making more mistakes, or again, under or over driving because you're just out of position. So we still got to try a little bit, just not attacking as much as you would normally on a Q lap or anything like that. So again, 1x not ideal, but we'll take a 1x. That's not something to frown too much about. That's a normal occurrence. It's a one incident race, which is still very good. Not going to cost us any SR, obviously, with the amount of corners we have around here. 2.5 seconds back now to the 12 car behind, so we're going to push a little bit more here. Just got to make sure we keep him out of that kind of 1.5 second range onto the last straightaway so he can't get a big run and draft up and try to pass us right at the end. That would be worst case scenario, but thankfully we only have about 10 more corners left or so before we get to that point. Just got to make no mistakes and we should be okay. Not overdrive the second carousel again would be step 1A. Starting to feel a little bit of tire wear. These tires don't wear like crazy, but they wear some. I know this car had pretty high tire wear when it was released. They seem to have dialed some of that back a little bit. That was mostly for ovals, and especially on dirt. This car had crazy tire wear, but seems to be okay now. Again, we'll go up to 5th here just to give us the extra downshift here for a little bit of engine braking. We are using auto blip because I don't know how to heel toe this, saved my life. All right, through the left-hander very nicely. Still 2.5 second gap under no pressure. Nice and easy into the second carousel. Nice and smooth. Make sure nose gets in, which it does indeed. Perfect. Still got that 2.5 second gap. No threat. Nice and smooth up here. Still a 0.5 second gap between the front two, but shouldn't be a contest. All right, nice and smooth power on. Great race, everyone. That was fun. I don't have my hotkey apparently.
What a miserable car to drive.
Such a fun car to drive.
They're a fucking blast. I don't know what everyone has it all about.
Yeah, they're great. You just gotta have some throttle control and patience. All right.
It's like trying to drive the soap in the bottom of the bar.
That's an interesting way to put it. But... All right, 2 more good brake zones here. Nice and conservative. The 1 car Helder does get up by Andrew and take victory. Glad I didn't just blow the shit out of the motor there because that was an aggressive downshift. 1 more corner, no pressure behind. Flow through nice and easily, and we will take a solid P4. Again, not a perfect race. I think if I was a little more aggressive, we could have competed for a podium, but 8:10, very nice conservative slow lap. Didn't need to go any faster than that, but great job by Jeremy coming through the pack. He started back in like the teens somewhere, so very happy. Started 2nd with a car that should have started 3rd, I think, if those guys nailed their Q laps, and we finished 4th. So job done. Checked all the boxes. Got our top 5. The 1X, a little bit again frustrated, but minor mistakes happen. Sometimes you pick up 1Xs, that's fine. And then this many corners a race like this, but still not quite up to my standards. Again, been driving some different cars this season. Made a lot of silly 1X mistakes, but that's not the end of the world. We'll just keep cruising around here until timer expires, just to get some more corners SR, especially since we don't get results until after that.
Take, Jack. I appreciate it.
once we get the timer running out, then we can start getting our race results, and we'll go look at those.
Holy hell.
So yeah, 4th out of 28 is not bad. Hope you enjoyed that. I had fun. So if you own the Nürburgring and this kind of thing interests you, absolutely give Ringmeister a go this week for week 12. Mini Stock is awesome. If you've driven the Mini Stock, you know how it feels, and if you've driven the Street Stock around here, you also know how that is. Not too terribly different, equally as fun. I'm not sure it's, I don't know, I have to think about it more. I was going to say I'm not sure it's quite as fun as the Street Stock is in Ringmeister, but it's different. It's more slidey, but you definitely can't attack as much as you do in the Street Stock. So, yeah, pluses and minuses, but regardless, again, we'll just keep cruising around here. Why not? Nobody really coming behind us, but it looks like most of the cars are getting towards the finish here, so hopefully we get, 10 or 15 iRating out of this. That would be a success, I think. Anything more than that would be bonus. Obviously, we won't lose any SR from a 1X and 3 laps here. Happy with that. Get the top 5 on the board. We've had a great run of top 5s this season, with the exception of that stupid B Open at Atlanta where I shot myself in the foot. But again, hopefully we got 3 more official races, and then we can get some good results in those and call it a good season. Then we'll be on to season 2. Start the year off right for the iRacing season. So again, comment down below or let me know somewhere else. Tell me some things you want to see me drive next season. I haven't made up my mind, other than obviously I'm going to drive the Ford GT2 again. I've loved that this season, my first season of that. And then, of course, I'm going to drive the Clio and PCC to stay involved in the community now that I'm the community manager. Once again, so going to stay involved with PCC. But other than that, I don't have any ideas. Some people have suggested C-Class Street Stock. Some people have suggested GTE. Again, IMSA. Go back to Global Challenge in one of the cars or both of the cars. A lot of opportunities, a lot of options, a lot of things that sound intriguing and interesting. So let me know what you think about that. Getting tired of rolling around here. Hopefully we're near the end, right? How many people can there possibly be still running? I'd like to just scroll and see how many people there can possibly be still going. Looks like just about 20 seconds more for Luke there. So we'll just keep going a couple more corners. We've come this far, might as well keep chugging along, right? There's our timer. All right, time is up. We'll give this a second to get some final results going. I'm gonna just get my thumbnail ready while we're waiting for that. We'll probably do it when Jeremy passed us, since nothing else really happened that was terribly interesting. All right, we'll use that as our moment. But anyways, let's go check out the results now quick. Nope, that's the practice. Give me my race results, please. So yeah, these are the 3 things I hope to run. There's our results. All right, so we did have the 1 lead change, obviously, on the last lap. Helder made a pass. Plus 30 iRating. We will take that. I said anything more than like 15 would be good with me. 3x, 5x, and 3x for the guys ahead of me. Did anybody run 0x? Holy shit, there's a lot of incidents. Look at that. 12, 15, 12, 12, 16, 15. 2 for John Jr. 9, 9, 5, 1, 5, 11, 17 for a DQ. I think that might have been post-race, though, or whatever. So yeah, nobody with 0x out of the 26 car field. So I feel a little better about that 1x. Everybody made 1 mistake at least. So not the end of the world, obviously, but yeah, we'll take that. Obviously a good result, a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. 30 iRating is great. I said earlier, unless we win Clio with some other drivers in that and win Ford GT2 with the other drivers in that, we're not going to reach 4K this season, but obviously probably early next season, hopefully we can get over that 4K mark again for the first time in a couple of years on the alt. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Again, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you drop that like, sub down below. Appreciate you all so much. Very excited to end the season on a high note with some good races here the rest of the week and in the next week. And then we'll have some week 13 stuff, some fun stuff. And then we'll get back to some more serious racing week after that. So hopefully it's a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. And hope I can see some of you on track soon. So we will call that a wrap. Successful day in Ringmeister. And we will go on to what's next. So that's going to be it. Till next time, as always. Bye-bye.